gonna be your guide. The psychic wonders and spiritual delight will unveil the mysteries in the light. Tune your senses, sharpen your mind. Feel the energy, let your soul ignite. Tarot cards and angels' wings. Sound healing makes your spirit sing. Mind, body, soul connection strong. Find your peace where you belong. Meditate, elevate, discover ways to brighten up your darkest days. Energy flowing through your veins. Unlock your power, break the chains. With Annie and Carrie on this ride, discover the universe inside. Healing words in crystal glow, guiding through the ebb and flow. Feel the love that we impart. Awaken the magic in your heart. Mind, body, soul connection strong. Find your peace where you belong. Meditate, elevate, discover ways to brighten up your darkest days. Mind, body, soul connection strong. Find your peace where you belong. Meditate, elevate, discover ways to brighten up your darkest days.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Gail.
Hello.
Hi, AJ. Who else was on there? Hi, Glenn. Hey, Nate, before we start,
Hello, Glenn.
I've just pulled a card for you. And honest, this is the
have you?
gospel truth. Look,
Oh,
Are you kidding? Are you
I'm
kidding?
not kidding. That's what I pulled. Breaking the lion. It's magic.
Wow.
Hi,
I mean,
Esther.
beautiful lines. Get energy
it
at
is.
the moment. Everything's just falling into alignment.
A lion.
That's a
Very
good segue.
Very
you,
funny. There you go. Glenn saying hi, everyone.
Oh,
Gail's here.
Lion.
Lion, Esther.
Absolutely way, Esther. Go on, Nate. I gave you this glorious segue. Vanessa was just
exciting
on
weekend.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Hold
we
it up, hold
have.
it up, hold it up.
I've launched my very first fiction book about a beautiful lion that can change size. Its superpower is that it can change size. It's called The Changing Size of Your Lion, and it's a quest for the crystal skulls. And it's a beautiful story about a boy called Nicky, who is named after Grandpa Kerry. The little nod to Nicky is the main character, and they go on a quest to Africa, and they come into they ran into some pangolins. I don't know if you know pangolins. They're the most trafficked animal in the world, and pangolins that get poached or stolen, and it's a really cute adventure story. But they're actually on a mission. It's a beautiful story that's infused with so many things that I've learned on this journey, but it's written in a way that I feel is it's just infused. It's not that down your throat stuff. It's a beautiful magical story. It's kind of like Harry Potter meets Indiana Jones meets Roald Dahl meets The Little Prince, and it's a beautiful. I just think I'm pretty close to it. It's a beautiful story, but it came out at this beautiful time, and it's been 5 years in the making, and it's just so weird to hold this in my hands.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Nate.
And, yes,
Glenn's saying that as well. And we've been hearing about this book for such a long time now, and it's been such an evolution. Links there, guys, in the chat if you're interested. We've been keeping Amazon busy. I don't know if you saw Anessa's beautiful comment before. She was just on Amazon purchasing the book. And thank you, beautiful Anessa. because I saw that you did a purchase of my books as well. So thank
Hold them
you.
up, Katie. Hold them up, girl.
Yeah, I know the feeling to actually physically hold it in your hand is pretty exciing. So
it's pretty surreal. We just need Annie now. We need Annie to get on.
I'm on it.
It's funny because I said to her, if I design the book cover for you, will that give you the incentive to get a move on? Because we already know the name of the book. She's just got to fill the pages.
And it would be ChatGPT.
Well, there you go.
Yes, I have to say I did get my graphics from there because you want original graphics for your book, but it took a long time to get what I was seeing in my head out onto the instructions to get the right visual. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I just want to get this picture from my friend.
Yeah, 2 family authors in 2 weeks. Pretty crazy, isn't it, Esther? I think I put a little rocket underneath because I told him I was just about ready to publish, and I told him I'd set myself a goal for Lionsgate for the 8th of the 8th to be published. So did that help kick your backside into gear, mate?
It kicks me into gear. I like I said, my one's been 5 years in the making, and it's been through some a lot of processes. And like Esther got me started with about 5 years ago. We had a challenge. She was writing a book, I was writing a book, and we had a challenge. We went to a workshop up at the Gold Coast, and we were both going to hand each other copies of our drafts. So that, I mean, it's been that long, as long as I've known Esther, which is well. But I just wanted to show this, this is what inspired one of the characters in my book. Now, this is a wolf. My cousin drew this when she was 10. Now, if you look at this wolf, it's got the fire in its snout. Its nose is a mountain. It's got the lightning down its front. It's got the earth. It's got the mountains. Its ears are water. It's got the wind, and it's got these beautiful galaxy eyes.
Yes.
And if you want to understand part of this is one of the characters now that's now infused in my story. So it's this to me is incredible. It's this character's come to life, and this character's been talking to me, telling me all about really this story. But this character Ellie in the book, this wolf, is just my absolute favorite. And this picture that my 10-year-old cousin drew inspired a lot of the story. So, but it's just nice to see some of the origin of where it came from.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
So yes.
Oh, thank you, Gail.
Remember that card?
No, it's exciting to see them all come out.
Remember that card, AJ's predicted a lot of, including being on stage, including my barometer.
Yes, she's very good. Yes. She's very, very good at what she does. So, so tonight, Nate, before we get into your topic, I have the meditation tonight. So, whilst now we've got a fair few people back online with us, so that's really good. Shelley, I can't wait for the movie. She's got her popcorn out. Yeah. The Change Your Line movie. You can definitely see that because the characters are just so beautiful. Okay. So, everyone, we might join our energy and get started for the night. So, if you sit so that you're comfortable and your spine is straight, feel your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. And when you are ready, close your eyes gently and take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Allow your body to relax and just settle into this moment. Feel the ground beneath you, supporting you, grounding you in the present. Inhale deeply again, and as you breathe in, imagine drawing in a golden, radiant light. Feel it fill your body with warmth, energy, and healing. As you exhale, release any tension, any worries, any blockages that are no longer serving you, and let them dissolve with your breath. Now in your mind's eye, envision, if you will, a doorway in front of you. The doorway is glowing with a soft golden light, shimmering with potential. This is the portal of transformation, the Lion's Gate, where energies of empowerment and awakening are flowing abundantly. As you step toward the doorway, feel the energy of the portal beckoning you. It is a gateway to your higher self, to a deeper connection with your true power. Step through the portal and find yourself standing in a vast open field. The sky above is filled with the energy of the Lion's Gate, an expanse of cosmic light. Feel the support of the universe all around you, reminding you that you are always connected to a higher source. Now take a moment to call upon the healing energy, energy that recodes and realigns your being, helping you to release what no longer serves and empowering you to step fully into the light. Feel this healing energy flowing through your body, clearing any energetic blockages, renewing your vitality, and activating your inner strength. Allow this energy to expand within you, aligning your mind, body, spirit, and soul. Now repeat quietly to yourself, I am powerful. I am aligned. I am ready to receive my highest potential. I am ready to receive love and joy. I am ready to receive happiness and opportunity and abundance. Feel the energy of the Lion's Gate and the healing source energy converging together, activating your heart, your energy centers, and your soul's true purpose. With each breath, you are becoming more in tune with the limitless potential within you. I will leave you now for a short while so that you can visualize all that you want to manifest into your life. And I will call you back when it is time. Gently, gently now, focus again on the sound of my voice. And focus again on your breathing. Take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Bringing this newfound empowerment with you as you begin to return to the present moment. Feel your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, feeling revitalized, empowered, and ready to embrace the transformation that is unfolding for you.
That was lovely, Katie. Thank you.
You are so welcome. That I know we're just past Lion's Gate, but that energy is still open at the moment. So I thought it might be nice to still incorporate it together as a group tonight.
Don't know where to start now, Kerry.
No, you don't know where to start. There you go. Did you say revitalized?
Yeah, I know. No, but it's such a lovely place to to be. I guess it's a really it's a good place to start. The topic tonight is talking about our energy and aura and that beautiful meditation, which was about cleansing and revitalizing. And yeah, so if you're happy, I can get into talking about Arbah, which is a really interesting technique that has a lot to do with the aura and your energy. So one of the things I just want to talk about before I start to talk about Arbah is we talk about our auras a lot, and a lot of the time I think sometimes when we start to talk about aura we sometimes skip over what it actually does. I think sometimes we can actually oversimplify what it is, and sometimes it's just that people just think it's a bubble of energy and it's a bubble around us and that sort of thing, but it does so much for us, and it's a really big part of the physical experience, even though it's not physical. So we're having this human experience and we're in this physical plane, but the aura, and we talk about the aura and we can feel it, it's such an important part of our experience of what we're going through. So it's not just a bubble of light, it's that energetic body that's that we have. So it's really an interface between the physical and the spiritual and the metaphysical. And if you think about what it can do, it reacts to the things that are around us. It can protect us. It can be depleted. It's really, really doing a lot of stuff all the time. And a lot of the time, just because we can't see it, doesn't mean it's not working its ass off to do what it does. And it is that bridge between this and the this and the other side. So one of the things that I sometimes think about, and having done that meditation, it's really beautiful, is what, imagine if you could give your aura a tune-up. And I guess it's almost like when you get your phone and you can do an upgrade of your phone, and I want to put a question into the chat, is you think of the aura as your operating system for the soul. And if you think about if you think about it like as a phone in terms of like upgrading the software, sometimes you've got a phone and it can glitch, or it can be a bit outdated, or it can just be running slowly. What would you want to update in your aura if you could? What would be the thing that you could update if you could? And that's just a bit of a fun question. If you could give it an upgrade, what would you want to bring in if you could update your system? And I think it's just a really good stepping point into Arbah. I would like to. That's it. You know what? Now I'm actually even thinking, what is the answer that I would give? I actually don't know. I just know how hard it does when we're living this existence. And I think especially we had a really big lead up. Up until we were talking about the equinox that happened earlier in the year, and we were planting the seeds of light. Fluffing up the aura. You know, you're constantly wanting to to make sure that it's in fine peak condition. That's a really great one, Veronica. Veronica would want to see her own aura, and that could potentially be an upgrade too, to upgrade to sort of facilitate the way that your physical and the energetic sort of works together. So where does that sort of lead us into? Arbah. So Arbah is a bit of a tricky one to explain, mostly because most people haven't really heard of it. And one of the things that I like to say, one of the ways I like to explain whenever you're sort of introduced to a new modality is, imagine if you're an artist and you just painted with red. You just painted with red, and all of a sudden you could go along. I mean, it's like red's a pretty strong and passionate color. And also it's the color of the base chakra. We all know that. But after you finish painting with red, you really want to be able to bring in something else. So imagine if you suddenly got yellow, and with yellow you can suddenly do tones of orange. So it's actually one of the. So I think about the colors in terms of modalities is that there's a lot of time that we sort of stick with what we know. And Arbah is something that people don't know about. So I think of it as like a really interesting tool to bring in when you've done stuff. We kind of have a tendency to stick with what we know, and when we hear of something that's new, we kind of have a little bit of a resistance to it. But one of the exciting things about living on the earth at this time is that humanity has done the work for our energy level to rise up, and we're at a point where we can actually start to do more with energy, and that's where Arbah comes in. So Arbah is actually the name of a beam of energy that you can use to come in and actually work with a fragment of your aura to fluff it up, but in a really magical way. Where I shouldn't have used the word magical because it's not magical. It's a really special way where you can actually take a piece of your aura, and it's all completely protected, and it's actually infused with this Arbah energy, which is like a new energy, and it's like giving your auric field a tune-up as if it's a car. And basically what it does is the spirit team on the other side, and the spirit beams that work with it infuse it with new light codes and new energy. And basically it's like tuning up a car. And then what happens really, it's really gentle. You bring it back into your aura, it's set back into place, and over the next couple of weeks, that energy actually works its way through your auric field really, really slowly. And it infuses your energy field with new codes, with a new way of, it actually realigns you with your blueprint. It gives you a new blueprint for moving forward. So it's like changing the oil in your car. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep, does make sense.
It's an interesting one. Yeah, it's kind of one of those ones. When I first heard about it, I was like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? But really, when we just do that meditation, then we just talked about bringing in the light and actually doing that work in our aura. But what an Arbah does, actually, it's like doing that, but it's actually a more permanent change. But the other part of it is when you have an Arbah, it's really nice because it's really subtle. It takes 2 weeks to kick in, but it really is up. I know it's a beautiful word, Arbah. It just sounds deep, and there's something really lovely about it. So when you have this when you have this, you kind of come in and it kind of brings you back into alignment. It's kind of gives you a bit of a fresh start. So if you're feeling like you are sluggish, or just there's just too much going on, if you've tried everything else, Arbah usually comes into your life when it's time to try something else. And the interesting part about this is that when this was first introduced, also I might go back a little bit. This is also from my aunt who does follow up and the manner. So this is a different technique. And when she first introduced this about 10 or 11 years ago, you could only do it once in a lifetime. But because humanity's been doing the work, you can now do it if you're in the right space and you need to speak to somebody that is like a certified to do an Arbah with you. You can have it every 6 months. So if you are on a fast track trajectory of expanding consciousness, if you're coming through and you're having growth and opportunity and learning, and you're actually, I'm going to say, embracing the life that's for this earth on the planet, and you can have one up every 6 months, and it's almost like, when you have like a vitamin B shot, or you have few vitamins, and it's actually healthy for your aura to be able to bring in this energy. It's like when like physically, if we have a drink of beautiful clear water, and just think about that, what it does to your body. It's the same as with an Arbah. It's the same thing. But the beautiful thing about this is it doesn't just give you energy. It actually, because it's working with your aura, when it's infusing you, it actually works from the inside out.
Right.
And that's that we often think about. So when we're doing
like an IV. Nice one, Tracy.
Yes. I don't know, is my thing cutting out?
It is just a bit, Nate.
That's no good.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that. Let me just see if I can.
Nate, while you're faffing around,
yeah,
I was on my Aura camera, and it was what my normal colors are, and I said I wanted my guides to come in while I was sat with my hand on the plate, and I asked them to take me to my higher self. And I asked them if they would just send some cleansing and healing through my body. And initially, when I sat down and had my hand on my plate, my colors are yellow, green, and blue. So when I asked them to do that, when I opened my eyes, because I sat there for about 5 minutes or whatever, and when I opened my eyes, my whole aura was purple. I can show you a photograph of it. I'll show you.
Yep. So calling that energy in, I would imagine, Nate, too, while Annie's grabbing that last fortnight we were talking about the Schumann resonance and how these higher energies are really throwing out everyone's energy and vibration. Look at that.
Wow.
Looks like you got a purple wig on, Annie. It actually suits you.
Thanks. But literally, it started out the yellow, the green, and the blue, and that's what I normally am. But after I'd had a chat to my spirit team, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I thought, and like, you can't really see it on this because of the computer colors. It looks kind of blue on there, but it's actually deep, deep, deep purple.
Purple. Yeah.
Does that make sense, Nate?
Is my sound better now? Is that better?
Yes. Yeah.
Am I still cutting out? No, that's better. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Cool. This is a new laptop, so it might just be that. Sorry, what were you saying, Annie? What was your question?
Does that sound like when you connect
or upgrade?
Does that sound like that?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I think if you call that in and then you're actually working with your energy, which is really amazing. The thing about working with Arbah is it does that. It brings in your energy, but what it does, it actually brings you into alignment with your original blueprint. so the reason that you came here to Earth, which is kind of it's interesting because sometimes when we do like you might do a meditation, or you might you might hang on, they're just trying to give me something. Okay, like when you do a meditation and you go into meditation and it sort of it works, and then you go into the real world, and then you just kind of have to the effect of the meditation kind of wears off after a little while. The difference with Arbah is it's permanent, so it brings in the energy and then it sets it, so it like sets a new level of this. But I think what's really interesting about that is it is exactly like what you're talking about, and in terms of bringing in that energy. But with Arbah, the energy that comes in, it's like having I'm going to say, like Tracy said, it's like an infusion, it's like a transfusion into your aura. My sound gone again?
You just disappeared for a second, came back. Whirly-birded on us and came back.
Oh, what? I don't know. Maybe my energy.
Maybe your energy is too high and it's interfering with the electronics, because that does happen. Yeah. Can you do it distance, Nate?
Yeah. Absolutely, you can do it long distance. It's actually really beautiful, and it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So all it involves is you need to if it's in person or on distance, it takes about 15 minutes. You need to have the person sit down on a chair. You need to have them away from any electronic connection. So speaking about electronic connection, so you can't have a Fitbit on. You have to have your phone outside of the room. You have to make sure that you're just in somewhere where your auric field is not being interfered with by any electronics. The actual Arbah itself takes about 15 minutes, and then for the actual effect of it, it takes about 2 weeks for it to infuse. So can you imagine like a beautiful, just this beautiful auric sort of infusion happening just gently over 2 weeks while you upgrade and get up to, and it sort of sets in. The funny thing is, well, not the funny thing is, it can actually not work if your soul you can actually reject it as well, because like when you're on the precipice of something, and you're like that, oh, this is exciting, or this, but if you have any fear, or if you actually want to, if your spirit or your soul actually wants you to stay where you are, it actually won't work, even though it doesn't cause you any problems. But it says, so there are times when maybe your spirit is saying, I want to keep staying on this plane and learn the lessons, but most of the time, if you're called to have an Arbah, it'll push you forward. But it's also really good with things like emotional distress, ADHD, depression, addictions, children with behavioral challenges. And if you're feeling a bit off with other healing modalities, like I was saying, when you've tried other things and they haven't worked, this is the time when an Arbah could step in and actually and see what happens with this one, because it's, like I said, it's one of those things that you can have like once every 6 months, but that's the sort of the minimum. But there was a time when you could only have one in a lifetime.
Wow.
And that was it. But now, as we've humanity's gone on, it's actually got one in every 6 months. But it really is a conversation with somebody that does Arbah, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's, I mean, we've been watching, I was saying just before Annie came back, the previous fortnight, we did a whole thing on the Schumann resonance and what's happening within the earth harmonics, and what's happening with being hit with the level of power coming through from the universe, and the whiteouts we've been having. And everyone has been feeling that at different levels: sleeplessness, overtired but can't sleep, then suddenly energetic, that buzzing in the ears, which is not tinnitus, right? It's a whole different level going on. And we were talking about ways to work through that, because we need to align to the new energy. I'd say, Nate, what you're saying, that's been happening over a period of time. It's ramped up a lot now, right? So when you're saying you can only have Arbah once in a lifetime, now you could have it every 6 months. I'd say that's got a lot to do with what's happening overall. But I could see potentially Arbah might be a really good technique and modality whilst we're moving through these heavy surges of these whiteouts that we're currently getting in the frequency.
Yeah, so I keep going back to like this car analogy, and like if you think about like a car going through mud, like you know when you're like it's like a real big trudge, and then suddenly you know you get you get an upgrade, or you turn, like if you're in a four-wheel drive, suddenly you do four-wheel drive. I mean, I don't actually drive, so I don't have my license, but what I'm trying to say is it gives you it's a really great, I mean, think about how long, like I know that the time is an illusion, but think about the time that you've been on planet Earth and everything that you've had to pull your aura through. It's been a lot. As much as we do our cleansing and we do our energy work, we do that, we put it through a lot. And sometimes, like I was saying at the start, we kind of think, oh, it's a bubble of light, but what about if we just actually give it some give it a bit of love? And I think when I think about Arbah, I think it's about actually stopping, because this life is so busy. It's actually time to stop and go, right, we know that we're spirit living and having this human experience, and as part of that, and what we're doing is actually, the Arbah is actually a way of actually going, right, let's just give the other side a little bit of attention, a little bit of love, and a little bit of this. And it's actually a really beautiful session to have, because even in those 15 minutes, you kind of stop. I can still see things. People can't hear me in my.
It
things.
cut out just a little bit.
What's going on?
It's a bit clearer now. You know what? When you lean forward, it seems to be fine, but when you lean back, we're losing you a little bit.
Well,
so,
how is that?
There you go. Yep. So there you go. You might have to go right down the barrel of this one.
Yeah. Well, hello there. Yeah. So really, I think I think the upshot is it's a really deep energetic recalibration, and we do the work, and it's just such a lovely thing to actually stop and just go, right now, we look after our skin, we look after what we eat, It's like giving our aura just that attention that it needs. It's weird, isn't it? It's so weird. Like normally I don't have this trouble. I don't know.
So if people want one, Nate, do they just have to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so there's people all around the world that do them. There's people. Some people also like to do them in person. So if you're, depending on where you are, you can do it in person, but you can get in touch. You can get in touch with me to have one. They're really, they're really beautiful. It's like an aura detox. Yeah, it actually that's
it. Thumbs up, Shelley.
And Nate, can we learn how to do it?
Yes. So what I was also going to let people know tonight is that Katrina Mayan, she's teaching this in Brisbane and in Melbourne later this year, and next year she's actually going to be teaching how to teach. So she'll be doing a teacher's course. So I believe in the end of October or September, she'll be in Brisbane teaching Arbah, and she is also teaching in Melbourne later this year. Yeah, and then next year she'll be teaching it as well. So you can learn how to do it as well. So it's the actual teaching. It's a really interesting day. So when you go and learn Arbah, it's actually a 2-in-1. You actually learn Arbah, and you actually learn a technique called past life assimilation, which is a technique where you can take somebody into a past life that is still influencing or blocking them in this current life. And now that's a really interesting thing too. So you get a 2-in-1 when you do this training. So you even though we're talking about Arbah today, if you go and do the workshop with Katrina, it's an Arbah plus past life assimilation, and it's a really interesting technique. That one has to be done in person, but you basically, what you can do is you take the person back to the a past life that's actually blocking them in this life. And what you do is you help take them to that past life. They have a conversation with that past life them, and then they do a little thing which I won't go into here, but then it actually unblocks it, and then they can come back into this life. And you'll find that the people who have that actually find the thing that was holding them back in this life actually isn't blocking them anymore, and they can move forward. So if you do go and learn it with Kachina, you get, it's basically a 2-in-1. You can do an Arbah and past life detox.
So when
past life detox, past Shelley's got me. Past life assimilation.
Past life detox.
When that's happening in Brisbane, can you put the dates up on your Facebook
Yeah, I
page?
will. I'll have to get the dates. Yeah, and if there are enough people interested, Danny, I could also get Kachina to come and do it at your place again. Absolutely, like if you want to just do one day potentially.
Yeah,
if there was enough people wanting to learn, it's a really great day.
There's a few people on here
you get
that
to
can
spend.
get me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But if anybody wants to try to have an Arbah before then, or just experience, or just feel like they're at a place where they want to, it's either you're having a bit of trouble with the energy at the moment, and you just want to have that something. You're trying a few different things, and you just want to add something on top. It's a really lovely sort of addition to whatever it is that you're doing. And when you think about, I just think about, if you think about your aura just having a refresh, it just feels nice, and it just sounds nice, and it just feels like, it's almost like saying to our spiritual side, hello, and I acknowledge you, and it's just a really nice way to really reconnect the physical with the spiritual. So
yeah.
Can you send through some information about what it's all about, and I'll see how many people I can get, and then we can have a chat about coming.
Lovely. I think she's really, she's really. I actually had the opportunity to. Yeah, I went away with Kachina just recently for a bit of a road trip, and it was interesting to hear about what is coming up energetically. There was a time when she started to teach Arbah about 10 years ago. Then it kind of dissipated, and it's actually come back into sort of her field. So that's why she's doing the teacher's course next year, because it's coming through to her that this is a really important time for Arbah to come through. So this whole, this plasma field, this plasma injection into your auric field, that's going to transform it and revitalize it. It's really something that she is being told is something that's going to be really, really, really important. So if you are being called to it, it's a really great time to get in on it, because it's one of those things where she'll teach it for a little while, then she won't. So while the door is open, if it's calling to it, it's a really great time to get in, because there's some things that she teaches and then she won't teach for a little while, and then there's other things that come in and she'll teach us for a little while, then she stops. But at the moment, Arbah and past life come in, and like I said, it's basically a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
2-for-1.
That makes total sense to me, that it's needed now, because there's so many people that are just sort of feeling, in a way, I don't know what's going on, but I know something's going on, and they're just stepping into that space. And I can see how Arbah would be really beneficial as a first step into an energetic alignment, an energetic reconnection, where Pelawa is a reconnection to your spiritual DNA, and we know your mana is opening up, all of the chakras and the ones in the ethereal realm. So that's next level again. So I can totally get how Arbah would now be sort of coming to the forefront for those who are only just going, hang on a minute, what's going on here? And going into that first sort of step of realization and remembrance. I think it'd be a really good.
And it actually pairs really well with everything. So if you have a Pelawa, you have Pelawa and an Arbah, you can do your mana and an Arbah, you can do Reiki and an Arbah, you can do Arbah. Actually sort of is like, it sort of sits on the back of everything. And like, so if you're someone that goes and has Reiki like regularly, or you do something regularly, and then every 6 months you just throw in an Arbah in a mix, it's just adding that little bit of an extra. It's like adding salt and pepper to a meal, sort of, that's the type of It's it's a really interesting one. I mean, when you think about like when you talk about taking a piece of the aura out and working and infusing it with energy, put it back in, and then what it does for the individual. Like it's like I could sit here and rattle off everything, but really it really depends on where you are and what you're at. And how it's going to work for you. And I don't know how it's going to work for you, but I just know that it's something that is at this time with the energy that's going on around the earth. If it's something that's you're sort of called to, it's something to maybe look into and have a go. And it's also, we know it's really important, taking care of ourselves. I think it's so important that we take care of ourselves. And it's something that when I ever think about an Arbah, it's like a lot of the stuff. It's when a lot of people spend a lot of time looking after others, and this one is another one where it's like looking after yourself, and I think that's so important that we need to look after ourselves, so that then if you do have the calling to look after whatever it is that you do, if you're looking after anyone else, you're supporting anyone else, that you're supported first. So
I think that's I just can see it coming more and more into its own at a time where I'm actually seeing so many more people asking questions, you know, and sort of opening themselves up and querying what perhaps they wouldn't have openly before. So I'm watching a lot of people step in, and I think it really works for that. Yeah.
Yes. It goes back to what I was saying at the start with the paint and the paint, and some people only painting with red. Well, you know, people are realizing that there's more colors in that paint kit, and suddenly you can paint with the whole toolbox. And I think that's really good. You might only use the brown for a little bit, you know, you might only use green for a little bit, but you know, it's actually having access to all of it, and then you can draw in what you need at the right time, and then you know where to go for this. And you know, even if you know, you might hear about something now, but it might not actually be for another, like, you know, 12 months when it comes back to you and you go, oh, I have heard about that. And by that time, you've actually had time to process it and go, oh, that sounded a bit woo-woo. But now all of a sudden it's sounding like that's really interesting to you, because it's like just giving you the stepping stones. And I think that's really exciting too. There's so many different things out there that people are offering now. There's and what's available, and it's actually really interesting when you actually start to look at outside what we know to discover what other people you know, sort of what sort of is laid out in front of you. I know you two have a little sneaky peek at something that I've got coming out this week, coming out soon. Which is confidence. Yes. If anyone,
we all love the woo woo. Yes, we do, Gail.
We do love the woo woo, Gail, but I think also sometimes it's when you actually the woo woo then becomes simple, and when you can make the woo woo simple, then it's really, really powerful, because it doesn't have that blocker in front of it. Like woo woo is exciting, but really I think it comes back to this simple thing. And I'm just going to throw in another thing. So I'm actually working on another thing at the moment too, which I've given Annie and Kerry a bit of a taster of this week, and I'm going to go rogue and say, hey, how are you today?
How? Look, I don't know how much you want me to say. I feel great. I feel great. Yes, and very balanced, and still very, very tingly in the third eye.
That's good. That's good.
I'm usually up at the crack of dawn, and today I got out of bed at 11:11, which is ridiculous because I never do that. I think what happened for me was that I've been on the run, Nate, and all the stuff that you're talking about at the moment, like when we played with that stuff, I had worked 10 days straight. I'd also had a house inspection, so I had to, you know, do all sorts of shit in here because I've got a husband and 2 border collies. So I think when you did that, I was on the point of dropping, and I think it just, like today, today I got up at 11:11, And I sat on my bottom all day and I thought, I'm not doing anything. I just need to let this sink in and to recharge my batteries, because next week's not much better. You know, like it, and because it's rolling, for me to be able to actually sit down and stop and do nothing is glorious. And I think that kind of kicked me into gear a bit about, okay, you're running now, you need to just take a breath, sit down, let this work on you. And all the aches and pains that I had previously, like my shoulders and my hips, normally it's my hips that get me out of bed because I wake up in pain and I have to get up. And I slept till 11:11 today, pain-free. So thank you, bless you.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's okay.
That's amazing, Nate.
So that's
amazing. Like literally. And one of the things when Nate did this for me, he said, he phoned me up and said, what were you supposed to, how'd you feel? And I said to him, well, this happened, and this happened. And he said, oh, that's interesting, because you get, what he said was, you get from it what you need. And obviously what I needed was exactly what he just gave me. Because
look at this.
Yeah, come on, spill the tea.
Look, we're being so cryptic, aren't we? We're being so
I don't want to say too much.
Say.
No, that's okay. I'm happy to talk about it. I'm saying it's a second thing, because it's interesting that we're talking about Arbah tonight, because I was thinking it kind of actually goes in well, because it really works with your energy as well. So I'm doing something that I'm calling a Diamond Soul transformation exercise energy work, which is basically I work with you to it's basically like it's a little bit like Arbah, but it is different. But basically what happens is I work with you energetically, remotely or in person, and I take you to a place where I work with some helpers. And it's another tricky one to explain, but basically what happens is we work with your energy and we bring in what you need. So when we're talking about Arbah brings in, it's like an infusion of plasma, which is different. The what I'm working with now is it recalibrates you physically and metaphysically, spiritually, and it aligns you together. It's another one that only takes about 15 to 20 minutes, but it's actually really, really powerful, and it's actually a spin-off. It's actually come through the work that I do with Diamond Point. If you have done the Diamond Point with me, you actually get an extra attunement in it. If you haven't done Diamond Point with me, that's absolutely okay. That doesn't matter, but you actually get what you need. So the beautiful thing about it is, if you're in a bit of a rut, it's great. If you're looking for something, it'll help you with that. If you are in an amazing place in your life, it will actually make things more amazing, because you're already on that upward trajectory. So it actually works with you like where you are. The interesting part is there has been some physical benefits, which I was not expecting, but a couple of the people that I have done this with, and I haven't told them much about, and I'm deliberately not talking about some of the aspects of it, is because the feedback that I've been getting have aligned exactly with what I've been shown it to be. And I'm really excited to see where that one goes. But it's if you're interested in that one as well, you should come to me. I feel like it's the main sales thing tonight, but I really feel like
busy.
I feel like get my book, get an Arbah, have a Diamond Soul.
But
it's an important time.
It is.
Hey, Nate,
you can actually.
Would you do the Arbah first and then your diamond thing? Or diamond thing first, then Arbah?
Well, what you can actually do them at the same time. So what you would actually do is, if you wanted to do them at the same time, it would be 45 minutes. You would do the Diamond Soul first, and then you would do the Arbah. Because the way that would work would be, you would get the blueprints in, and you would get all the new stuff into your field, and then you would give your aura a refresh, and that would lock it in. So you can actually do them both at the same time.
Right.
It's the same with like if you did a Pella with an Arbah, Humana Arbah, Reiki Arbah, Diamond Soul Arbah, Arbah. So you can actually do them at the same time, but then it's just a really interesting time. I want to talk about, just before we wrap up, I just want to say one other thing. When I was with Katrina Mayan, we were doing the Seed of Lights exercise up until the equinox. Her latest teachings, or like what the conversations that we've had with her, is keep planting seeds of light until the next equinox, because the equinox that we just had was the start of the foundation of what's coming in, and the next equinox will set it in. So and I think that's why this Arbah's come up and this has come in, and all this sort of talk of the human resonance is going up, because this equinox that we had earlier this year has been was as Katrina will tell you, one of the most important times in the history of humanity, the most important one. We actually but a lot of times people think, oh, it's happened, it's over, and everything's going to be great. No, no, it's going to be a lot to take in, because the energy is coming up. And then at the next equinox, it will actually lock in, and that's when the sort of everything will settle down for this level of energy. So we've had the equinox, the energy of humanity is raised. So we're actually working up here right now, which is why all this energetic aura work, the human resonance is all just going crazy. In September, it'll lock in, and it should be smoother, but we'll be on this next level, which means we'll be up here ready to go through the next ride, because it's always going to be rides where everything's about learning, everything's about growth. So it's not going to, you know what I mean? Like, we don't get to a point where we go, okay, it's a constant ride.
It is, and it feels like it's getting faster, right? Well, when I say it's getting faster, I do not know where time is going. I do not know where time is going. I don't know how we're heading rapidly towards the end of August. I don't know. Annie and I were talking about what we've got coming up as part of these fortnightly shows, and we went, wow, we may not be able to fit in what we need to fit in before the end of the year, right? Like, we just realised, actually, there's one without us. Yeah, there's not enough fortnights for what we actually had planned before it will be shut down at Christmas. And we went, what happened to that? It's crazy. It's
been a big year for a lot of people.
Gaining momentum. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, Shelley would know what's like. Shelley's had a very fun year. That's this whole everything that's been up and down, and what a trooper Shelley is. I know what Shelley's been having to go through lately, and one of my biggest inspirations. But look, I'm going to leave it there for me. I like even my connection at this end. I'm sorry, I feel like I haven't been myself tonight, because even my connection's been mucking up. So I'm like, am I talking? Are you talking? Am I talking? Are you talking? The energies I'll need to sort that out before the next one.
Yeah. Well, and yes, we will be in contact with you and AJ as well, because we do have our next fortnightly one coming up, which is all sorted, and we've got an incredible guest coming back for another visit. Oh, and now Annie's disappeared for a second, so I don't know if my connection or yours.
No.
Nate's clear now. Yep. And then the show after that, it's really quarterly readings show. So put that in your calendar, please, Nate. Get your sound sorted. And Miss AJ.
I will.
A month's time.
Thank you so much for being with us, Nate. Thank you so much for sharing your new...
I've just put the links in the chat for Pella and for the Diamond Soul. So that's that one, and I'm just going to put one last one in, which is the book again, because it's so beautiful. Anyway, there you go.
Yep. So get that all in there. And gosh, we've been doing a lot of promo stuff tonight, but I am just going to let people know as well, because we won't have another live stream before this, and that is everyone might remember Paul, who came on and did I Energy with us not so long ago. He and his beautiful wife Marina have offered to host a book launch for me, in their lovely soul cauldron. So really, really
That's
enchanting store.
Yeah, on the
and
23rd of September at
August.
1 o'clock.
23rd of August. At 1 o'clock.
Sorry. 23rd of August at 1 o'clock. Signed
Yeah.
copies of Kerry's beautiful books. So if you're anywhere near Brisbane, get yourself to the Soul Cauldron, Brisbane Street, Ipswich, top of the town.
Yes. So that was very lovely of them. And thank you, Annie, for being part of getting this organised as well.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting.
Nate, I've got a couple of stores up here that will sell your book and promote your book.
Oh,
so
amazing.
If you would want to send me, I'll give it to them on consignment. So if you send me up a few copies,
absolutely,
I'll put them. I've got 3 different places, shops that I can put them in.
Amazing.
So Kerry's are going in there as well. I've already spoken to them about that. So send me up.
So they're taking my books and yep. Good
I'll
to have
get
you
them to
all
take
here
yours
too.
as well. And they're beautiful shops with beautiful people.
They are.
So one's in the middle of a shopping centre, so it has a lot of traffic.
Yep. So no, that's
amazing.
Really good.
Amazing.
But thank you again, Nate, for your time tonight. Because we do appreciate that. And it was funny because Annie said to me, "Do you know much about Arbah?" I said, "I don't know anything about it." I said, "I have to reach out to Nate and say, what do I title this and what do I do as a description? Because I've got no idea." We were Googling it and it just came up with, the beautiful garden arbors.
Yeah.
Didn't help us much.
It's like a little secret. It's like a little secret. Once now that you know about it, you'll probably pop into your head a bit. It's a little secret that it's a little secret now that you've been letting on, and it's really beautiful. So yeah, now you know if you can hear me.
No, that's awesome.
Thank you both for having me. Yeah,
it's been a pleasure. And thank you everybody for being with us.
Yes, exactly. Thank you all for sharing some time with us again on another Sunday night. We love your company. Love to be able to get together with everyone.
Kerry has put in the link for buying us a coffee. Not expected, but greatly appreciated should you choose to do that, because it helps us keep online.
Yep.
So we love you. We appreciate you all.
We do.
Welcome, Glenn, who's on here for the very first time. We will meet you in February.
We're very excited to meet you in person. I have had a phone chat before. And that's okay, PR, no problem. We're so glad that you got here to join us. And good night, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Okay. Good night.
Good night.
And he whispers secrets in the night, mystical visions taking flight. Carrie's got that angel glow so bright, gliding through the dark to the light. Tarot cards spread on the cosmic rug, healing power in a gentle hug. Meditation's deep like an ancient grove, finding peace through the stars above. Mind, body, spirit, soul, we rise, angel feathers falling from the sky, psychic waves in a gentle tide. Let the universe be our guide. Sound healing echoes through the air, lifted hearts with a tender care. Spiritual journeys we embark, lighting flames within the dark. Messages from angels clear and true, whispering love in all we do. Psychic development strong and wise, open path